Great. Okay, I'd like to call Chief Richard Beal and Lieutenant Chris Williams to the podium to provide a community update about the Dayton Police Department's recent award.
Thank you, Mayor. Richard Beal, Director and Chief of Police. Good evening, Commissioners, Mr. Reardon, Commission Clerks. Tonight, Dave Williams, a member of the International Association of Chiefs of Police Community Policing Award Committee, will present the Dayton Police Department with the Cisco Community Policing Award for cities from 100,000 to 250,000 in population. I will formally introduce Dave in a moment, but I'd first like to have Lieutenant Chris Williams provide an overview of the Belmont High School Disorder Reduction Initiative, which was the basis for this prestigious award. Lieutenant Williams.
Thanks, Chief. Hi. This is about a 90-slide presentation.
Thank you.
Great. However, for you guys, we knocked it way down. So this will only take a minute. Is this what controls it? Where do I point? Right here? Right there. Okay. As you can see, these are the partners: Dayton Police Department, Dayton Public Schools, obviously Belmont High School, Juvenile Division, Montgomery County Prosecutor's Office, Montgomery County Juvenile Court. The problem was disorder and crime, not just at Belmont High School, but it was in the entire neighborhood, and it was going throughout the Belmont neighborhood and into Walnut Hills in reality. Failing school grades, people not passing classes, people not graduating to other grades. We achieved success by partnering with all these agencies, and you'll see how we did that here in just a second. There's the downward spiral of failing grades. In fact, I believe it was 76% of the school was failing. Negative media attention, fights and arrests that occurred at the school. The school agreed to reapportion where the students were actually placed within the school, which limited the student interaction, which basically stopped most of the assaults and most of the robberies that are occurring inside the school during school hours. And there's Principal White, who many of you know. They agreed to work with us to monitor the heavy traffic locations on the school grounds after school, which limited most of the problems. Juvenile court used a host of intervention strategies. They didn't just intervene for the students, they intervened on students' behalf with their families. So they did assessments for the entire families and put people in programs and positions for them to succeed. Dayton Police Department worked with the schools to address the hot spots, bus stops, things of that nature outside the school. It actually lasted for about 10 weeks. Delinquent and unruly students, these are cases through juvenile court, as you can see, 2008, 2009, and then the end result, 2010, 2011 school year, it's significant drops. And that's not just drops for the students, but it's drops for their families as well. It frees up court time to actually handle more difficult cases. End result, you can see the crimes at Belmont High School, and those are school years that you see there. So it went from 66 to 16. Assaults from 38 to 2, and then promotion rates. You can see ninth grade in 2008-2009 school year, 30% of the students in ninth grade were passing. That's a pretty poor result. Ultimately, ended up with 84% passing, and that's improving every single year. There's many success stories for Belmont High School. The businesses are happier, the neighborhood's happier. Problem students are flourishing after being reassessed, not just at Belmont High School, but in other programs that they were placed in. Huge academic performance improvements, and the NEA has visited Belmont, interviewed many of their staff members and myself many times to replicate the success. In fact, Principal White is going all over the place. I think he's in New Orleans as we speak, doing this very thing. And that is an extremely short overview.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, thank you, Lieutenant Williams.
It's great.
Thanks, Lieutenant Williams. I'd like once again to acknowledge our partners in this successful effort. They include the Dayton Public Schools, Montgomery County Juvenile Court, and the Montgomery County Prosecutor's Office. Without those partnerships, without all the hard work for those as a part of those organizations, we would not have accomplished this level of success. At this time, I'd like to introduce the International Association of Chiefs of Police Community Policing Award Committee, member David Williams. I just might want to add, David Williams is a retired colonel of the Illinois State Police, and also just retired is the village manager of the Itasca, Illinois city, or resident location. Dave is a longtime member of the Community Policing Committee and is also a final judge He will explain the award, the criteria for granting it, as well as the judging process. So, Dave?
Thanks, Chief.
Appreciate you coming.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, Mayor.
Evening.
My name is Dave Williams. I'm the retired colonel, as the chief said. I'm a retired colonel from the Illinois State Police. Spent 30 years there. My last 10 as the colonel and the deputy director of the department. And then after that, as some of my police friends say, I went over to the dark side and was a city manager in a suburb of Chicago for 10 and a half years. I never thought it was the dark side, Mayor. I thought it was. Tim, I thought it was for 10 and a half years the bright side. And,
As long as he doesn't say,
it
Tim, I am
certainly
your
taught
father.
me a lot. And,
All right.
my 30 years in policing, I probably didn't appreciate a lot of the things that I should have, but about 3 weeks into my becoming a city manager, I certainly realized the value of being able to turn on your water and shut and flush your toilet. And if you didn't, there were a lot of people that weren't going to be real happy with you. I had lunch with the chief and with Lieutenant Williams today, and they said thank you to me. But that's not my job here. My job here tonight is not to accept thanks from you. It's to come here and thank you for what you've done. The Illinois International Association of Chiefs of Police Cisco Community Policing Award is something that we have been doing for 15 years. We started this committee at IACP 15 years ago to recognize best practices around the world in police departments, communities, governments who are living up to the philosophy and the practice of community policing, which is clearly building partnerships to solve problems long term, and that's exactly what you did with your Urban High School Disorder Reduction Project. The process is a very long one. Every year we get many, many applications, and the entire committee judges those applications. And we look at them based on whether or not they meet our standard. And the standard isn't just whether or not you have a good initiative or a good project or are doing work. There are people all over this world who are doing good initiatives, good projects, and good work. But it clearly has to meet our standard, which means it's not just the police department that's doing it, but it's the city that's doing it, and it's the community that's involved. And this one clearly, as the chief indicated, was a partnership. It couldn't have been done by any one of you alone. It was done extremely well and continues to be done by all of you together. After we evaluate all of the submissions we get, there's about 5 or 6 of us that go to the IACP headquarters in Washington every year, and we yell at each other for about 2.5 days, and we pick the finalists and the winners. And there are a number of categories. We pick the categories, and I won't take too long, but the categories we have are based on the population of the city. Fewer than 20,000 or less, 20,000 to 50,000, 50,000 to 100,000, 100,000 to 250,000. That is the category that you, Dayton, are in. And then, of course, larger cities of 250,000 or more. Our standards are fairly stringent. We want to make sure that the winners and the finalists are clearly building a partnership with those in their community, that they've done an initiative or a project that is worthy of the IACP Cisco Award. We are so strict about that there are times in our judging that we don't give an award on a particular category. As an example, this year, in the category of 100,000 to 250,000 residents, the Dayton Police Department and the City of Dayton and your community got the award. We usually, in a usual year, will have one winner and 2 finalists in every category. This year, in the category that you won in, there were no finalists, which means you were the best of the best. What we look for is a clear partnership building to solve problems, that you've established a trusting relationship in your community, and you are an example of the best practices of community policing for the initiative that you have chosen. We have given awards over the last 15 years to police departments and communities all over the world, not just the United States. The Bahamas has won twice. We've had a number of winners from Canada, one this year. A number of winners from India. So it's clearly an international award, and this year you've got an awful lot to be proud of. This is an important thing for what you have done. If you've done it together, and I can't emphasize that enough, you have done this together, and you can really be proud of what you've done. Not only that you were the only winner and no finalist, but that what you did had a tremendous impact on your community and the people in it. So thanks a lot for asking me to come here. It's a pleasure to be here and to present this award. One final thing, we have been talking to your chief about his commitment to community policing, and we are so impressed with his commitment to community policing that we made an invitation to him if he would like to be a member of our committee. And with your permission, he has agreed to do that. And so very soon he will be a member of the International Association of Chiefs of Police Community Policing Committee. We're really happy about it.
Wow.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pleasure to be here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Colonel.
Maybe, I guess, what I should do is, Mayor, would you like to step up? I know you probably love to do this.
And actually, I'd like to invite the senior members of the command staff, as well as the East Patrol Operation Division personnel that supported this to step forward also.
Why don't you go around, Mayor?
Sounds exciting.
Elastic man.
Face the TV. Oh, my God, there's a TV here. So anyway, Mayor, Chief, you've got a really great department to be proud of, and on behalf of the International Association of Chiefs of Police and Cisco, I'd like to once again present you with the 2011 Community Policing Award.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Peace and honor.
Work. You all do excellent. Thanks for coming.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Well, thank you, Chief, Lieutenant Williams, and all who participated in this. We're proud to have our work recognized on an international stage. You've done a great job. Thank you.
I like that phrase, best of the best. Excellent.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to say that I've been following this project, and I'm really glad to see us get recognized and know that, the effort that was put in wasn't just people's everyday jobs. There were some folks who were working on this project that took this to heart, and I think that came through with the success that we've seen with this project. So thank you very much.